What's up, YouTube? In advertising, it can sometimes feel like account versus creative. Well, today we're going to blur those lines as we dive into what makes a good creative from the account perspective.
Really strong creatives are very detail oriented, so much so that they know everything they can know about the brand itself, but then they really dig into all other aspects of the project to make sure that they're solving the issues at every single level.
I would say your organizational skills. It is typically associated with the account role, but I found that some of my best creative relationships with my coworkers are the ones who are buttoned up. They're concise, they're organized, you get your work in and on time. That can just really help, I think, strengthen your relationship with the account team.
It's someone that you can easily work hand in hand with, someone that raises questions, someone that's just always willing to go that extra mile.
Go beyond just delivering your work, go beyond delivering on your work notice. Try to think strategically.
Somebody who really manages their time well and is able to kind of see the bigger picture of where the assignment is going and how we get there is really valuable to the team too.
That we're not here to squash your goals and dreams. I would say just always keeping in mind that at the end of the day, we both kind of have that same common goal, and that's to create great work. So if it feels like we're being overcritical or too hard on your work, it's just because we're the gatekeepers. We're the last point before the work goes to the client, and we just want to make sure that it's the best possible work that we can present.
Creatives need to know that we are here to support you guys at the end of the day. Like, our job as account people is to sell in your ideas.
We really try to be your shield. We try to take the bullets as much as we can. We try to be the translator. Do all the kind of heavy lifting work on our end. We're trying to do a lot of things to make your jobs easier.
Really try and avoid this us versus them mentality, because it does get to feel like that sometimes when you have a group coming in and they really try as hard as they can to sell the agency's point of view, but sometimes the feedback is the feedback, and you really need to work together as a team to build the best solution that you can.
I think working with creatives is honestly the best part of our job, and I think if you ask any account person, they will say that 9 out of 10 times.
I think when you're beginning your career in the creative field, there's a lot of creative versus account tension, and you focus so much on building those creative relationships that sometimes you forget on the account creative relationships. And I think that they're just as important in terms of excelling your career.
Whenever you're kind of in like a difficult situation, or there's some kind of tension growing with the team, everyone's getting a little frustrated, I think it's always helpful just kind of take a deep breath, assess the situation, and meet with your team in person. For me, I've always been a huge fan of just face-to-face conversations. If something's unclear, if something's going several rounds and you can't really figure out quite what it is, I always find that just meeting with your account team in person and just kind of hashing it out in that way is always the best method for me.
Getting away from your desk and just going up to any of the account people and talking to them, learn about them, figure out what makes them tick, figure out the things they like, learn about their family. Don't restrict yourself to just, this is my job and this is what I do, but really take the time to learn about them. I mean, we're all people, but we're also all on the same team.
Doing things outside of work, I think, is also so important, whether it be basketball or cooking or just little things. I think it's extremely important, because guess what? These people are going to become your best friends. You're going to see them every day. So anything that you can talk about beyond work is always a go-to.
Figuring out how to take your work and maybe digest it and break it down to where you can present it clearly and concisely, not only to your account team, but so they can present it then onto the client.
9 times out of 10, if you have a question, just go back to the brief.
Don't ever get too comfortable with what you're doing. Really push to go outside your box and learn. continue to learn, be driven to learn, make it your goal to learn something new every day, because I think that really pushes the work to be better and to evolve.
Coming right out of college, I had no idea how fast truly of an industry this was. And I feel like most kids coming out of school are going to be able to like relate with me, because like, oh, you hear about marketing and advertising, like what it is. But once you actually truly get in, it's a whole different beast. Like turns, you think in a day turns ridiculous, like that's an everyday thing. So yeah, just get ready.